Hey, Wise Women's Wednesday. Hello, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Come on down. Come on down, wise women. Let's get busy. We got some stuff to talk about today. I see someone coming in. Good job. Come on in. Say hello. Say hello. Here comes all my girls. I just see people coming in. There's Jill. Hi, Jill. Good to see you. Danny's in the house. Hi, Patricia. And Melissa. Hello, everyone. There's Jenny. Jenny is our new community manager, y'all. You're going to see a lot more of her on our Facebook groups. There's Deborah and Sherry and Corliss. Good to see everybody. Rita, glad to see you. Sheila from Hawaii. Aloha, Sheila. Hi, Heidi. Haida and Jan. Just popping in to say hello. I love it when you come to say hello. Hello, Tammy and Rebecca. Here comes all the girls. There's a whole bunch of you coming in. All right, there's Amy and Joanne. Those are my girls. I know all you. Cynthia. How's everyone doing? Marianne, you too. Good to see you. I'm looking for Vanessa. I don't see Vanessa yet, but I know she's coming. She always does. So today's Wise Women's Wednesdays. I love this part. Wise Women Wednesday is the time where we're going to just think about the things that we're doing in our lives and think about how important it is to be wise women. You know, when we look at this and we think about what is it that moves the needle from being ignorant, let's just call it that, to being wise. What is it that moves that needle? Where does wisdom come in? And you know, I've been working on the webinar that's coming up for tomorrow, and there's a big missing piece of the puzzle. I'm going to talk about that a lot tomorrow. So if you're part of the Take Back Your Life community and you've got your journal, this is what it looks like if you've got the hard copy. If you don't have it, you can get it. You can just pick it up. Go to savingdinner.com/journal. All the information is there, and you can instantaneously, when you buy it, you can instantaneously get the hard copy and the PDF, or you can just get the PDF. Either way, we're going to be working from the PDF tomorrow. But the point that I want to make about this, because this is what I think is so crucial, and this is where the missing piece is. And that is connecting those dots between your subconscious mind and your conscious mind. Because according to Bruce Lipton, who wrote The Biology of Belief, great book, by the way, he says that we live 95% of the time in unconscious belief. That means 5% of the time we're doing things consciously. So I think about it this way, and you'll hear about this a little bit tomorrow. I'm not going to blow the whole thing, but I just think, you know, just to get to today's topic, I think it's important. This is what we need to look at. Do you remember when you were learning to drive a car? When you were learning to drive a car, everything was fast right in front of your face, right? Everything was difficult. Especially if you learned how to do a stick shift, right? I remember those days of doing the stick shifts. I had a Volkswagen. I learned how to drive a stick shift. Well, it gets to the point after you've practiced and driven for so long that it's an automated thing. It's an automatic thing. You can turn on the radio, drink a cup of coffee, and have a conversation at the same time as you're driving. Now, not everybody's going to agree that that's such a good idea because, you know, unfortunately, you know, you don't want to text and drive, right? But there is an automation process that goes on once we learn how to do something specifically. And this is what Bruce calls habituation. Habituation. Don't you love it? Habituation. When we learn how to do something habitually, it can then go back into our subconscious. It can go back into the subconscious so that we don't have to sit there and think, okay, so there's the stick shift. I'm putting it into drive. Here's the steering wheel, I'm steering, oh, and there's the lines on the road. And you know how it is when we learn how to drive. When we learn how to drive, everything is something that is in our conscious level, not just not just learning into the subconscious, but it's in our conscious mind. There are the lines on the road. There's a car next to me. Here are the street lights. And it's just all new. And it's a brand new thing to do. And it takes time to learn. We generally have 15, we're 15 and a half, at least in California, that's how it was. You were 15 and a half, you got your learner's permit. And then by the time you were 16 and had practiced, you were able to get your driver's license and go it alone. This is the whole thing about joining together our subconscious and our unconscious minds. Again, we're going to talk about that. But I will tell you that one of the biggest things that helps us to connect those dots is to create practices and habits that will get us to the place of putting it on automatic pilot. That's one of the secrets there. And this is what we're going to talk about in a lot greater detail tomorrow night's webinar. And if you're a part of this Take Back Your Life community, you're going to be able to come to that and you will get an invitation. There's homework that you need to do. And I'm telling you what, this is really going to turn 2020 on its ear, because we're going to go from being people who just do things without even thinking to doing things on purpose. Doing things on purpose because they advance our goals. They advance the visions that we have for our lives. This is what makes us wise women. We stopped opting out of our lives and we opt in consciously. Don't you love that? I think that's such an important thing. So, a couple of things. One thing I want to ask you is, one, are you sharing these videos? Please share these videos. When you share these videos and you say a little something about it, you're telling everybody that you care and that you care about them as well, because you are trying to move your ball down the field. Hey, how about bringing some friends with you? Just share this to public, say a little something about it, and let's bring some new people into our world. We start our next sprint, the last one of the year, this Monday, December 9th, and you can pick up a free copy of it. And the sprint is an anti-inflammatory approach to eating that will help remove the inflammation from your life and get you into a place of easy, fast weight loss. And we've seen it happen to over 2,000 people. And we'd love you to be a part of our community. It's 100% free. All you have to do is go to savingdinner.com/sprint. There's a Facebook group where we support you. And it's unbelievable. I have never seen in all my years, 19 years online, a group of women that so actively support and encourage one another. It's absolutely unbelievable. And this is why I want to invite everybody to go there. I'm going to tell you something, that this is my thing. If we're going to go with the whole car thing, if our vehicle is our bodies, then isn't it up to us to get that body in as best of shape that we can? That means that we're going to upgrade our fuel source. We're going to upgrade everything on the motor so that we can run that thing the very, very best that we can. And we're not going to be blocked out or taken out of anything that we want to participate in. That car is going to be able to go up the gravel road, way up the road. And I'll tell you, I live in a place where I'm on top of a mountain and there is a gravel road that you need to go up, and our driveway is narrow and it goes up and up, and the car gets us there every single time. But the car is maintained. The car is fueled with the proper type of gas, and I have a diesel gas. So I can't just pull into any station and get gas there. I have to be very picky and specific about it. And so do you. It's like you're a diesel engine. You need to be picky about it too. And then everything changes. Everything changes. When you change your fuel source, you feel better. When you feel better, you can do better. There is an up-leveling every single freaking time. I'm not kidding. We have to start somewhere. And sometimes we look at this big scope of everything that's in our lives and we get completely overwhelmed. Of course we do. But let's start with one thing. Let's start with one thing, and that is to make sure that you are taking care of this vehicle, your body, that is going to get you everywhere you want to go in your life. Because I don't want you to miss out on one solitary thing. Not on my watch. I always say that. Not on my watch. You know, I've been a nutritionist for over 25 years. I have read and done practically everything. I do my research and I find out what is the best, quickest way to get the result that we're all looking for. And what we're looking for is a vibrant life. What we're looking for is a life that gives us endless opportunities, that doesn't keep us hand-tied and on the side of the road and on the sidelines of life. We're looking for a vibrancy in our lives that gives us opportunity to do the things that we want to do for our family and friends, that gives us an opportunity to do things that we want to do in our lives, to create a life that is worth living, a purposeful, charged life. That's what I want for you. I want that particular thing for you because I know with all of my heart that's the only way to go. That is the only way to go so that you are going to find yourself saying at the end of your days that you lived a good life and you left nothing on the table. We have a certain period of time in our lives, don't we? We don't have endless days and endless hours. That's why it makes me nuts when somebody says, I'm just sitting here wasting time. You know, that's like taking money and flushing it down the toilet. The currency of your life is your time. It's your time. Why can't we make the most of it? Why can't we just learn new things and be the very best that we can be? The answer is we can. And the answer is that we just need to learn new ways and steer the boat in the right direction. Get that sail going up and catching the wind to take us down the lake or the ocean or wherever it is that we're going. You know, our lives are worth the effort. Every single one of us. And you don't have to know your purpose. You don't. You just need to know that you are open to that purpose. When you're open to that purpose, wise women find out what it is. Because you know what it is? It comes to you. You don't have to just sit there and be paralyzed and do nothing and say, well, I can't do that because I don't even know what my purpose is. Well, guess what? If you step out in faith, faith will meet you where you are. Faith will not only meet you where you are, but it will tell you what everything is about and it will come together. And it's remember we talked about making the puzzle? You know, we start with the edges. We start with the edges because we understand what the edge is. Those are our goals. Those are our goals. We line them up and we snap those pieces together. And as we do it, we're also looking at the box top. That box top has the picture of what this puzzle is all supposed to look like. This is what our life is. It's a puzzle. It's a puzzle, but we've got the edges. We understand what the edges need to be about, don't we? We understand that goals are what build in the life and frame our lives, actually, don't they? I love that because I want to frame my life. I want to frame my life with the things and the picture and the vision of what a life of service looks like, what a life of love looks like, what a life of abundance looks like. I don't want to live in scarcity and fear. I want to live in abundance and joy and love. And we can do this. We just have to connect some dots. That's it. There are dots that need to be connected. And we have the opportunity to do that at any time when we make that decision. And you know, we talk about decisions all the time because everything we do in life is based on decision. Are we going to turn left or are we going to turn right? Our decision making is, I'm going to turn right. If we decide to turn right, then that's the decision we're making and that's the direction we're going to go. Or we can go straight ahead. I don't know. We can put it in reverse and go back. And that's where a lot of us live, is in going in reverse. We go in reverse and we revisit and recount the endless hurts and wrongs that have been done to us. And what does that do? Are we getting anywhere? No, we're going backwards. And we're living in that old fear. We're living in that old notion of what our life was, what has happened in our lives, the blame shifting, the I can't do it, and justifying and rationalizing what you can't do in life because of old fears. Well, I will tell you this. What you repeat, you become. So if you're going to keep repeating this same stuff, the old junk, putting your car in reverse and driving backwards, you're not going to go forward at all. Not at all. Not one tiny bit. You're going back and back and back. And that vision, the horizon, where you see that picture of what your life could be, you can't get there if you're going in reverse. So you got to let it go. Catherine said she learned to drive the car so she could go forward. And amen to that, right? That's what we're doing. But you know, it starts with our power, doesn't it? It starts with our power. It's a power-making decision. It's a decision to make the power to go forward. So if we have doubts, we're not going to do that. This is what Diane von Furstenberg said. If you doubt your power, then you give power to your doubts. That's, in essence, putting the car in reverse and then looking out on the horizon and watching that vivid picture of what your life could be get smaller and smaller because you're going further and further away. And as your wise woman in charge, collecting my chicks and saying, come back, I'm inviting you to connect the dots between your subconscious and your conscious mind and create the life through your behavior that you want to live. That's it. That's as simple as it is. That's as simple as it is. Easy to get there? Not exactly. But there are methodologies. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do that in tomorrow night's webinar. So if you're not a part of it, all you have to do, it's $15 for heaven's sakes. And you get endless PDFs. You can create this as many times as you want. There's no way you're ever going to do it wrong, but you're going to learn how to apply these principles so that it actually creates the life that you want to have into the future. How fun is that? Isn't that what you want for 2020? I know that's what I want. So anyway, I'm excited about this webinar tomorrow night, and I hope you are too. It's going to be something. You can't get to it unless you have the journal. And then we send you an email, and in the email, there's a little bit of homework that you need to do. Easy stuff. And it helps you to then, when we sit down to do this webinar, it's a workshop for heaven's sakes. You will have all of your materials in front of you, and you're going to be going through it with me. There will be a period of time where I'm going to teach you some principles on how to apply this, and then, off we go to the races. I'm so excited and delighted about this. And there's a bunch of you coming. So I hope to see you there. Let's see. Friday, by the way, is our Q&A. So if you do the Q&A, if you have a question for me and you send it in to support@savingdinner.com, it comes to me. And I'm going to ask you to do it earlier in the week, because usually what happens is everyone piles up on Thursday, and then suddenly I've got this overwhelming list of questions. But I would love it if you could send, if you have a question about nutrition, a question about cooking, just something that you just a question like, who does your hair? No, I'm just kidding. You guys always have a lot to say about my hair. But if you have any kind of questions, just please send them in to support@savingdinner.com. In the subject line, put question for Leanne on Friday. That's simple. And then put your question in there. It'll come to me and I will get it on the docket. Yay. I like that. So where are we now? I'm just checking. I'm trying to be a little bit more aware of our time. Sometimes I go over and I don't want to do that. I just want to make sure that I have, have everybody here and connected to what it is that we're doing and what every day looks like. And Fridays are big Q&A days, and they usually go long, but it's really fun. What can I tell you about that? All right. That's it. That's all I have for you. I wanted to tell you about somebody. I had some questions about the beauty support. Beauty support is my go-to. I take it morning and night. And this is what I use to, basically beauty support is choline and it supports collagen. So what we're doing is we're making that collagen really go far. If you're doing collagen shots, you know all about it, dirty fasting. And in the sprint group, you've heard me talk about that. I've got a video in there that tells you all about it. But anyway, all the information is there. We have so much free information. I would, we have so much information that I just want to keep you guys abreast of what's going on and give you the latest and greatest tools, all based on research, as you go out into your journey and make things really happen for your life, and you create goals that are achievable and doable and make your year incredible. That is how we make things amazing. Marianne, yes, there will be a replay. There will always be a replay. We always do that. And here's something you're going to want to do. Sign up for this, and of course, you sign up for it, and you sign up for it by being invited to it, by having the journal itself. But I suggest that you watch the replay afterwards, especially in parts. You can skip through it once it's recorded. You can skip through it and find the parts that maybe you need to go over again so that you can better understand and create something that's really amazing. And I just want to say to all the people who are going to be participating in this, I don't want you freaking out and saying, but I don't know what my purpose is. I really don't know what my goal, I'm just kind of all over the place. Well, you do know a couple of things, right? You do know what you don't want. And I want you to think about, what is the polar opposite of what I don't want? If you want better, you don't want a bad relationship, or you don't want to be gaining weight, or you don't want it, whatever, then flip it on its side and say, okay, what does that mean that I do want then? And then start to make goals from that. And even if they aren't the big, bright, shiny goals that you want them to be, we have a starting place. And I want you to realize that we're starting, and they can be changed later. This is not about perfection. It's about excellence. And this is how we build excellence, by starting. I love starting. When we start, we can get something off the ground, and there's momentum there. And that momentum does move the ball down the field, doesn't it? It moves the ball down the field, and sometimes we can say, oh, but not quite that direction. And then we just kind of kick it a little bit over here to the left, or kick it a little to the right. It's a correction thing. And I want you to have that looseness with your goals, that looseness, so that you can look at them and we're putting a timeline on them already. We're doing it for 90 days. But this is really going to be such fun, because now that we have this stuff all written down, we can start creating strategies to make it happen. And we can use habituation, as Bruce Lipton says, to make it happen. And I know you're going to love that. It will support the life that you want to create. That's exactly what Take Back Your Life is all about. So you can see that. Go to savingdinner.com/journal and get it, for heaven's sakes. Get it. And by the way, that PDF, and when you buy it, whether you buy the hard, we have like a couple of hard copies left, not many. If you buy the hard copy, you will get automatic access to the PDF. If you buy just the PDF, you get automatic access to it right away. But in other words, you get access to it right away. And we're going to be using PDFs tomorrow for the workshop. And I'm going to give you time to write in those, but I want you to do that, homework beforehand. It's really going to be fun. I love creating lives that are exciting and fun. So that's what I have for you today. And I just want you to, as a wise woman, I want you to start making these really conscious decisions. And when you understand that your unconsciousness is 95% of the way that we operate, and the other 5% is deliberately done, and we understand, and we it's in our hippocampus and the frontal cortex, and we understand this is what I'm doing. But the rest of it is just, sometimes have you ever gotten in your car and just driven somewhere and said, wow, I don't even remember driving here. I just got here. It's just automatic pilot. Your automatic pilot stuff, this is what we're going to be relearning. So sometimes we have to unlearn some things so that we can learn something new and put inside something new. And we have to shake up our belief systems. There's a lot that we need to do. And that's what we're going to do in tomorrow night's workshop. So I'm excited about that. And I'm sorry, I just keep talking about it, but I really am excited about it. So beauty support is available if you're, looking for something to really bump up your collagen experience, because this is really good, especially if you're trying to lose weight. Strongly suggest this in addition to your collagen. And this is just how we keep things going. Our bodies require certain nutrients, and our bodies also require certain things in order to make nutrients that much better. And that's what choline does. It gives collagen a boost. That's how it works. So, and then did you just see what Jenny posted? She just said, if anybody has the Take Back Your Life journal and hasn't received a homework assignment, all you have to do is send it an email to support@savingdinner.com, and she will send you out the homework assignment again. It's really important, and you don't have to spend hours and hours and hours on it, but I do want you to start thinking about, deeply, what do you want for 2020? Because we're going to take that apart so that you can get what you want out of next year. Next year does not have to be a repeat of every year that you've ever had. It can be its own bright, shiny light. It could be the shiny beacon on the hill, that just shines out and just says, I've changed my life. My life is worthy of living. I have created the life that I love. How fun is that? It all starts with our sprint as well, which starts on Monday, savingdinner.com/sprint. It's free. Go get it. Go get it and be a part of this community, because you will never, ever, ever be as supported, encouraged, and loved and brought in to a community of such loving women as you will with the Sprint group. They're amazing. Absolutely amazing, exquisite women, wise women who will have your back. So come on in and be a part of it. Okay, so that's it. That's what I have for you for this Wise Women's Wednesday. And I just hope and pray that all of you are all about everything we've just talked about and are excited and exhilarated even to attack this and to have this be your life. Yes, the better up-leveled life that you've always hoped and dreamed for. That can be you. And on my watch, it will be you, because I'm here for you. And I appreciate all of you, and I love you. Thank you for joining me today. Peace. I will see you. I'll see you tomorrow night, hopefully, huh? I'll see you at least tomorrow afternoon. Take care. Peace.